You don't care about me. The Puppet Master. I will give you. Hey, what are you doing? Put that back. That's not yours. I am the royal scientist, you can't just ignore me.
But just like in Undertale, all this Gaster stuff could just be a red herring, a bunch of Easter eggs on the side. In fact, we've spent these past 3 episodes looking at minor details when there's still one big loose thread that we've been overlooking the whole time: Toby Fox himself. At this point, it's clear Deltarune and Undertale are 2 sides of the same coin. Undertale was a game about games. It parodied the tropes of RPGs, but it also dug into the relationships that we as players form with the games that we play. Deltarune, as the odd mirror of the first game, appears to be yet another interpretation of that game about games concept. Only this time, it's looking at the other side of gaming. What games mean to the game maker. Jeez, it's starting to sound like the Smash Brothers theory all over again. I mean, regardless of whether you believe that the Darkner world is just an imaginary place or not, one thing that can't be denied is Kris using this toy-themed story world to connect with Susie, help her work through her pent-up issues, and convey to her what's going on in Kris's mind. Making the game is an act of catharsis for Kris. And if we look at what Toby Fox has said about Deltarune since its release, we clearly see a direct parallel with Kris. Quote, "For the past 3 years, I've been waking up in the middle of the night unable to go back to sleep because I've been thinking about the scenes that happen in this game. I really want to show you the things I've been thinking about. That's really my only reason for making this game." End quote. You heard it straight from the annoying dog's mouth. I mean, if the Kris connection wasn't already clear enough, Toby's been waking up in the middle of the night unable to get back to sleep, which is exactly what we see Kris do at the end of Chapter 1. Of course, I doubt that Toby's waking up and literally ripping his soul out of his chest before brandishing a knife, because that would be cause for alarm. But I think it still represents what's on his mind when it comes to the creation of this game. It's also clear that Toby's been keenly aware that Deltarune would live under its older brother Undertale's shadow. And where else do we see the idea of an unaccomplished kid struggling to live up to the expectations of their popular, beloved older brother? Right there at the start of the game, in Kris and Asriel's room. Asriel's shelves are covered in trophies and other accolades, his bed neatly made and decorated. Kris's walls are barren, his bed is unmade, carpet is torn, and almost everyone he talks to in hometown finds some reason to bring up Asriel. Kris just can't escape the comparisons. Again, just like people comparing Undertale and Deltarune. Sure, Kris looks up to their brother, but they can't succeed simply by repeating their brother's achievements. And likewise, Deltarune can't just be another Undertale. Toby Fox said as much himself. Quote, "If you played Undertale, I don't think I can make anything that makes you feel that way again. However, it's possible I can make something else." What I think a core theme of this game is going to be is an exploration of game development, an inside look at what it's like to be a game maker, and by proxy, a way for Toby to tell his players a bit more about himself and his internal creative life. That's why, unlike Undertale, it has just one ending. Because this time, it's not our story we're playing through, this time, it's his. But hey, that's just a theory. One possible theory. To see what you missed in the alternate timeline, click on the portal you see before it closes. I'm sure Gaster will be more than happy to meet you there.
Come back here with that. I'm serious. Please.